Okay, I got this Vexilar SonarPhone SP200 T-Box, and what it is basically this wireless Wi-Fi module that'll go to my phone and send all the sonar data from this transducer on the back here to my Navionics app, which will then create maps based on the depth that I'm in. So it's called Sonar Charts Live. So I'm going to show you how to install this. Okay, so this is everything that's in the package. You do get your 2 screws for hardware to mount your transducer, your dual port USB cigarette plug. I know it's not focusing too well, but the bottom one is a 2.1 amp transducer. And your power cable does come equipped already with terminals to go to your battery. So you get an indicator light, reset, and on-off switch on this box. The only hardware you really need is your 4 mounting screws for this guy here. Okay, so I've uncoiled my transducer cable, just hung it over the transom here. Now I'm going to be mounting it on the port side. Ideally, you're going to want to have it on the starboard side of the motor, because when your prop is spinning, it's going to shoot water up like this. So you want the water landing on top of the transducer. In this case, it's going to be shooting water up to it, which could cause cavitation. So it's not the most ideal, but because I have the structure scan and my HDS skimmer transducer on this side, I don't want another one. So what I am going to do is just mount it on the port side. You want to make sure it's not going to interfere with loading and unloading any bunks. This strake running up the hull, this one running up the hull. If you have a row of rivets, you ideally want to get it in between the strakes and in between rivets. So my ideal location is going to be right about here. So I'm just going to hold the transducer up against the hull to where about half of it is below the hull. I'm going to mark the center of those holes and then drill them and install the transducer with the screws. Okay, so I marked the center on those holes. So I'm going to use a 7/64 inch drill bit to drill those out. Okay, so holes are drilled. I filled them with a waterproof adhesive, and I've got some of that adhesive onto my screw as well. And now I'll just screw the mount right to the transom. Okay, so my mount's in place there. I'd recommend using just hand tools because it is plastic, and it's you can kind of see it's bulging by the screws. So next thing is put our transducer on, put the nut and bolt supplied with the lock washer through here, and then we'll just string our cable up the transom. Okay, so I've got that all in. I've put this split loom over the transducer cable. It's not necessary. I just like to do it as an extra measure of protection. If animals get at it or gets caught on something, chances are your cable's not going to get damaged, whereas the split loom will, and that's cheap and easy to replace. I just put these holders on just to secure the transducer cable going up. I have to add one more here, but I ran out. So I'm going to just cut the zip tie on this boot and feed the transducer cable in. And I'll just be able to access it under there to mount the box, which I'm going to put right on the top up here. Okay, so next I'm going to mount the box. You just need 4 screws. And I've decided just to put it right up in here, just slightly above the battery. So it'll sit in place just something like that. Okay, so that's the box mounted. On this connector here, I've attached the transducer, just coiled up the rest of the cable. I then have my red and black power wire for the box to connect up to the positive and negative terminal on my battery. And then I can just tidy up these cables and pair up to my phone, and I'm done. Go to my settings here, go to Wi-Fi, You'll see here my T-box is the second one on the menu. So I'm going to connect to that. It says connected. I'm going to come over here to go to my SonarPhone app. I'm going to go connect now. Set this as a master. And the default password, as it says there, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go start. And here's my SonarPhone app. So it is working, as you can see here. I'm not getting a reading, or a very good reading anyway, just because it's out of the water. But I will take this out onto the lake and show you how it performs. So you can see there's a temperature sensor in here as well, 73.4 degrees. And you have your full functions just like you would on any other sonar. Your gain, your depth range, upper and lower limits, chart speed, fish symbols, fish alarms, depth alarms. You can even do a keel offset on this, which is important for your accuracy on your recordings, and your noise filters. Okay, so this is the Vexilar SonarPhone app that I'm using, and I'm using it in landscape mode. I'd recommend using it in portrait mode when you're actually fishing with it, just because you get more with the water column on your screen. I'm just doing this for the video demonstration purpose. So you can see the quality of the sonar is very good. You can get a very good bottom definition there, and you can see the weeds coming up on top. This is a very weedy area I'm in. You can see the bottom starting to get a little bit harder there. I also have my Lowrance HDS running at the same time, so there is a little bit of interference, a little bit more on the HDS than what's on this. I'm moving about 5 miles an hour now. You can see here the weed's getting quite a bit thicker. Now the unit's blanking out on the top of the weeds. I'm still actually in about 15 feet. My Lowrance is blanking out too. They are very thick. That could also be just because of the interference. So I'm going to turn my Lowrance off. So I'm going to try a high-speed run now, just to see what kind of performance I get with this. This is 25 miles an hour. Back down to idle speed now.